Good morning. Bricks using ceramic, that is clay, as the raw materials are scarce. Brick has been substituted by other masonry units. Two such masonry units, yesterday we have seen cement mortar, solid blocks. Cement mortar means it's a mixture of cement and sand, a definite proportion. Or cement concrete. Cement concrete is a mixture of cement, sand, and coarse aggregate. The coarse aggregate which you get from this quarry. Usually baby metal is used. So baby metal, then river sand. Nowadays you have M sand and cement. So cement concrete blocks can be solid so that you can have less thickness, say around 3 to 4 inches. Or you can have hollow blocks. The core portion will be hollow. You have cement concrete, hollow blocks also. For this, usually a very small coarse aggregates in size, say baby metal, 6 mm, will be used. Then you have unburned soil blocks. Unburned soil blocks. But soil by itself cannot stand load without burning. So instead of burning the brick earth will be stabilized, chemically and mechanically stabilized. The usual stabilizers are lime and cement. You add a definite amount of lime or cement. If the soil is clayey in nature, the lime stabilization will be better than lime stabilization is effective. If the soil, the site is sandy, then cement stabilization is preferred. A particular percentage of the stabilizer will be added. Then all the process of mixing thoroughly, batching, then mixing. Then you put the mix to the mold, then compacting in layers, tamping it, you get the cement mortar blocks or cement concrete block. In the case of soil cement or soil lime bricks, you have to mechanically compact that. There are pressing machines. In soil cement and soil lime blocks cannot be hollow, they will be solid. Usually the size will be around 30 centimeter by 14 centimeter, 14 centimeter by 10 centimeter. Solid cement blocks or soil lime blocks. You have factory made pressure compacting machines. So you pour this mix into the mold and tamp them different layers. Then you apply the force. The mold will be around 20 centimeter high. The mold will be around 20 centimeter, or if it is the other way, it will be 16 centimeter. 16 centimeter or 20 centimeter high. You put the soil, then you will have a long lever. There will be a door for the mold. You would shut down the door. Before pouring the soil in the mold, you have to grease it. You have to oil it. Then there will be a base plate. In that base plate, you can have the frog. That base plate will be inside. Then you are pouring the soil. Then you are closing the door. Tightly lock it. And over this door is attached to a lever. Door is attached to a lever. How it is attached is not from the top, because the top is locked. So underneath the base plate, below that there will be a piston. That piston is attached to the lever. So the top is closed and this lever is at the bottom. Because the lever arm is very long, it is a first lever. First, there are three systems of lever. No, first, second, and third. So load into load arm is equal to effort into effort always in a machine. So since here the effort arm is very high, you need to apply only little effort, but you will get more load. That's a principle. So that is why you are increasing the lever arm, where two people will be manually experiencing a pressure. That pressure will be transferred through the bottom of the plate and the piston. Then there will be a deflection or compression of 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters. That is how, when it is compressed to 60 centimeters. Suppose you have a 16 centimeter mold. When it is compressed by 6 centimeter, you get an effective thickness of the block as 10 centimeters. So that much load, see 16 centimeter of soil has been put, the top is locked, from the bottom you are applying a load by which the 16 centimeter soil is compressed, densified to 10 centimeter block. You get a thick block, soil cement or soil block. Then it will be taken, because you have a movable plate over which this block is available now. You take that plate, as you have been stacking under shade the bricks, here also the soil lime or soil cement blocks will be stacked. If it is soil lime, you need not cure it. As an intensive curing, as in the case of soil cement. You have the soil lime, it should be wet, but the soil cement blocks have to be cured for 28 days. Curing is the process of wetting the units. So usually you will be using some jute bags, gunny bags, or which then that gunny bags will be maintained wet. So because of the cement as a stabilizer, you get a chemical stabilization, and because of pressing, you get a mechanical stabilization. So soil cement and soil blocks are mechanically and chemically stabilized. So stabilized mud blocks are often used to construct up to 2-story buildings, not for multi-story buildings, for 2-story buildings in so many places as an appropriate technology, as a rural development or a rural technology, or an appropriate technology or a sustainable technology. It's sustainable because carbon trade is not coming into picture, or carbon release is not coming into picture because the brick is not burnt. But you cannot use it for higher load taking scenario. For 2-story building, it can comfortably be used. With 2, so you will get 20 centimeters. For single-story building, since it is stabilized and cement is used, you can have the walls with the one brick, one soil block. Small sheds and other things can be constructed. Or you can have two blocks with the joints. Then as you have seen the laterite, we are told brick, cement mortar block, cement concrete blocks, the soil lime or soil cement blocks, stabilized mud blocks. Then you have these masonry units used for load-bearing walls. Load-bearing walls. Load-bearing walls means whenever you make a masonry structure, that masonry structure will be taking the load. That is one way of transferring the load. The other way of transferring the load is framed structure. So this masonry unit will act only as an infill structure, only to enclose space. Load will be transferred by a skeletal structure, such as portal frame or gable frame. So there will be a separate structural assembly for transferring the load from the top to the bottom, to the foundation, from foundation to the soil. And these bricks will be used only for infilling or enclosing the space. Soil cement or soil lime blocks can be used for rural development, for mass housing, taking the locally available materials, as in the case of appropriate technology. For great and for load-bearing walls, you may have to go for well-burnt bricks or cement mortar blocks, or to be more precise, when the load and for multi-story buildings, you may have to go for cement concrete blocks. Usually the weight of one brick is 3 kilogram. Weight of an ordinary brick is 3 kilogram. Whereas a cement mortar will be 6 kilograms, double. Concrete, it will go to 8 kilograms. So whenever the vertical reach is more and more, vertical transportation of these materials to the place of laying is involved, is difficult. So we have to have mechanical devices to lift these materials. But brick is handy because the average weight of a brick is 3 kilograms. Soil cement block will weigh little more for 5 kilograms because the size is also more. It occupies one brick to 2.5 bricks. One soil block is will be equivalent to 2.5 bricks. So that around 6 kilograms weight. So whenever the size of the brick or the blocks are more, the weight also correspondingly will get increased. Then there are interlocking bricks, mortarless masonry. To construct mortarless, usually cement mortar or lime mortar is used as the binder of these masonry units, to bind them together to have lateral stiffness and order sequential load transfer mechanism, rigid load transfer mechanism. Usually binders are used in masonry. But no mortars are used. So there are accelerated construction techniques. To speed up the construction, just the bricks are arranged in such a way that they mutually interlock each other by providing the proper grooves, tongue and groove joints. One end will be projected, the other end will be having a depression. So the projection will go to the depression by which they will get locked. They attain lateral stiffness as well as transfer the load. So interlocking bricks are the new trends, the modern trends in masonry units to transfer the load. These are the various masonry units used in the construction practices. Thank you, God bless.